G'day, it's Tony back again, and we're beginning a new part of our lives together. This is Area of Study 2, Expressing Meaning. And the nice part about this is that this area of study builds on the knowledge of religious beliefs from Area of Study 1. So the work we've already done still matters, and the beliefs are intended to achieve their full meaning when they are expressed through other aspects of religion. And the good news here is that you've been learning the aspects of religion at school for some time, and we've revisited them early in the course, and we're coming back to them now in full force. Students study how the meaning of belief is expressed through other aspects of the religion. So it's not exactly new ground, but we are going a lot deeper as we get involved here. So what do we actually got to do? We've got to make sure that students are able to examine how beliefs and their expression in other aspects of religion are intended to respond to the search for meaning. There's another old friend of ours, and we remember Lonergan and the search for meaning, which is about being attentive, intelligent, reasonable, and responsible. So after some general work, which is about how it works in general terms, and we need to move into our selected religious tradition, the Catholic Church, and have a look at how a couple of beliefs unfold in that area. We'll be looking at two new ideas maybe for you. One is eschatology. That does come up in the category of beliefs we have already studied. That category, of course, is life after death. So it's about the understandings that Roman Catholics and other Christians have in the area of life after death and how those are expressed. The second area is going to be about Christology, which is how we want to talk about the belief about ultimate reality and how that is expressed in the Roman Catholic tradition, with particular reference to the person of Jesus. And we'll be looking at Jesus as the Son of God, along with a couple of other titles that Jesus has along the way. So the key skills are about being able to explain these things, the role of the aspects in general terms, and then explain the relationship of the aspects of religion to each other. So that's kind of familiar to you as you tried to explain the connection between the different categories in SAC 1. This is about the aspects in SAC 2. And then we get into the detail about how all of that, those religious beliefs and their expression in each of the other aspects, is about meaning and nurturing meaning. So when you hear meaning, you've got to think about our friend and Lonergan and how meaning works in those terms. So quite a bit to think about in this part of our course. The assessment that will come up for you is based, of course, on the study design, and the study design is available from the home page, or you can go straight to the VCAA if you would prefer. So the VCAA website is the most direct place to get to the study design, and you can catch up with it there and see how the assessments can work through all of that. So that's an important thing to get used to as time goes by, because the assessment reports and the stuff about the exams and all these things is to be found across here. So don't forget any of that as we begin our movement into area of study 2. Coming back across to where we were, back over in our area of study 2, the The tabs, of course, do have the key learnings, and that's where we'll be working. So tonight, as we get started, I'd suggest you do have a click onto Outcome 2 and download the document that will come up. The document is in fact a helpful understanding about what religion means, and religion is all about binding together, from the Latin word religare, or from the religere, which is another possible root for this. It means to re-over again, or to recover again. So the combination of those two ideas isn't bad for religion, binding together the ideas that we need to recover. Kind of is not a bad way of trying to understand how religion works. So all the aspects of the tradition, its history, the faith of current adherents, and the future of religion are at stake when religious beliefs are called into question. The reason for maintaining religious beliefs include honouring the past and providing a focus for the present and a hope for the future. So there's a little bit of text there is worth having a look at, and then you'll find down below some significant detail about all of the aspects of the religious traditions. Probably more text than you've seen about those yet in your study, but time to get into it and be ready for some questions that might come up soon as mini-sacs. All the best.